Nightside. This evening, fire crews battled a 26-acre fire 14 miles south of Spokane. We'll tell you the current status of the fire.
And we're seeing a little bit of rain in the inland Northwest right now. It is kind of the beginning of lots of changes that we're going to see through this weekend.
And why some parents are calling the Community Library Board in North Idaho child groomers and pedophiles. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. We begin tonight with breaking news. A person was hit by a car in downtown Spokane. It happened around 8 o'clock near Riverside Avenue and Wall Street. Riverside was closed between Howard and Post. This is a story we're following. We'll get you more updates on KXLY.com. Prosecutors in the University of Idaho murder case say the judge should deny the defense's request to put the trial on pause. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Brian Kohberger's lawyers filed the motion earlier this week. The two are at odds over the release of materials related to the grand jury indictment. The defense wants to pause the proceedings, then determine if there's a valid reason to do so when it obtains the grand jury information. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for June 27th.
We told you last night about a Seattle mother-to-be who was shot to death in a random act of violence by a stranger.
Today, her community remembered her. Kristen Goodwillie reports.
Bright flowers adorn Abaria Bento House's entrance.
She was always serving.
The owner, 34-year-old Ina Kwan, was shot and killed in Belltown Tuesday in a seemingly random attack.
Warm, lovely, kind.
Heartbreaking to customers like Tatu Muranmar.
There's nothing you can do to get them back, but at least you can show that you care.
It's a really tough blow.
Michael Bufano owns the business next door, Gallery Mac.
I just don't think I've ever saw her not smiling or
When
not
Bufano's son got married, Kwan catered the wedding.
She had her first baby. You know, while we've been here, we all survived the pandemic together. We've had a really tight bond with all the businesses here.
Kwan was 8 months pregnant when she was killed. Seattle police revealing it knew the suspect, Cordell Maurice Gooseby, before the shooting.
We know that our officers had an understanding of who he was, so experiencing some level of mental health.
But friends argue the focus should be on the victims and solutions.
The whole community has lost.
A lingerie company is being forced to return nearly $700,000 to customers in Washington for violating the state's Consumer Protection Act. According to the Attorney General's office, from 2012 to 2017, the Adore Me company had a pre-checked box on online orders. That box would enroll customers in a VIP membership that charged people almost $40 a month. The lawsuit says many people didn't know they were placed into a monthly membership program and that funds were collected for several years. The lawsuit also states that Adore Me allegedly made it hard for people to get their money back. Well, this evening, fire crews battled the 26-acre grass fire about 14 miles south of Spokane. It was burning near South Stents Road and East Red Barn Lane. That's east of Highway 195. As of 6:30 tonight, around 50 firefighters and 7 fire engines were on the scene, along with several aircraft. Take a look at this video. In it, you can see crews using a helicopter. The crews on the ground worked to dig trenches to keep the fire contained. One firefighter was hurt, but the injury was minor, and the Washington Department of Natural Resources tells us he is recovering well tonight. We saw a beautiful sunset tonight, if you were able to actually get outside and take a look.
It was a little pink, a little orange. What'd you think of that, Matt?
I thought it was amazing. It's always nice to kind of end the week on a good note, and certainly a nice pink sunset that we have so late in the evening this time of the year is always great. And cloud cover usually adds to the beauty of sunsets. We certainly saw that tonight, and that's because we do have a little bit of rain making its way through the inland Northwest. Certainly some welcome news for firefighters all across our region. Everything's gotten pretty dry pretty quickly, as you just saw with that story in South Spokane County. And it's nice to see at least a little bit of moisture. There's not a lot coming down here. It's just an occasional sprinkle every now and then. Saw some steadier rain up in the Deer Park area. But this is what we're going to be here for the next couple of hours, just the occasional little drip from the sky. The good thing here is that with this incoming system, we are blowing the smoke that came down from Canada yesterday out of here. Air quality now starting to improve in Coeur d'Alene, and eventually in the Silver Valley and around the Palouse, we'll start to see things get out of that moderate range and back into the green for the rest of the weekend. It's going to be a mild night with all the cloud cover, so we're just going to kind of touch the 50s very briefly later tonight. Mostly, though, staying in the 60s for the morning. We'll start to see the clouds begin to build once again after a sunnier start to the day. Not all that much cooler. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s, but that's just a sign of things to come. That's because we drop, well, almost 10 degrees. 60s for Father's Day, part of a cooler and wetter pattern that is just getting started. We'll take a closer look. Ooh, Father's Day weekend coming up. I gotta go get some coffee. See ya.
Thanks, Matt. Well, Juneteenth is recognized every year on June 19th as a federal holiday commemorating the emancipation of slavery. This year, there are plenty of events in Spokane to help you celebrate, like Juneteenth Spokane 2023. The Spokane Community Against Racism is hosting the community event. It's on Monday. There's going to be a barbecue, music, games, a lot more. It's happening at Underhill Park from 3 to 9 p.m. If you want to know more, check out this story on KXLY.com. We are 7 days away from the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We're talking about Hoop Fest. More than 4,200 teams are now locked in and ready to hit the blacktop.
That's right. The event brings in millions of dollars to Spokane every year as thousands flood downtown to be part of the basketball spectacle. 1 week from now, 45 blocks of Spokane's downtown will be transformed into 350 basketball courts. I remember the first time I came for Hoop Fest.
Were you blown away?
I heard it was going to be that many. I could not believe how many they pack in into the streets. And to make it all happen, it's really the volunteers with Hoop Fest who've been working 7 days a week since June started to get everything started. And right now they're finalizing brackets for 4,200 teams coming to town. It takes over 3,000 volunteers to make this event run smoothly. Hoop Fest is also an enormous boost to the local economy.
Yeah, you know, our economic impact is somewhere around the 45 million, 47 million that we bring into the community. And being from here, it's really important that we treat this community as well as we can, because it doesn't happen without the people of Spokane.
Riley Stockton, who you just heard from, says they are still looking for more volunteers and more court monitors. So to sign up, we have a link posted on KXLY.com. Stockton says no experience is needed and they'll get you trained within the week.
Well, coming into the evening, the Seattle Mariners had a bit of momentum going in their direction. Winners of 2 of their last 3 and back home to play the Chicago White Sox, who somehow have a fan base more upset at the organization than Seattle. Literally, they want the owners to sell the team, so that tells you it's really not so bad out here. Well, it wasn't easy, but the M's did get it done despite the lack of offense once again. The hero of the game, Teoscar Hernandez, as he helped tie it up in the 5th inning with a double that brought home Julio Rodriguez. And then in the bottom of the 7th, he blasts the go-ahead home run to center to give Seattle their first lead of the game, and it was up to the bullpen to be able to close it out, and Paul Sewald does just that without giving up a hit. And it hasn't been pretty, but the Mariners, they finally get back to 500 on the season and somehow stay in the playoff race. Now Logan Gilbert will take the mound for the M's tomorrow night as they'll be looking for their 2nd straight series win, as the schedule is not about to get a lot easier as they progress through the month of June. They're going to be playing the Yankees, the Orioles. Aaron, Kirsten, send it back over to you.
Alex, thank you. A Supreme Court decision has upheld a decades-old law that works to keep Native American children within their tribal communities.
And backlash against libraries in North Idaho, causing staff to change their library cards for kids.
And in a rare attack, a black bear killed a man in Arizona. We'll have more on that on Nightside.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. The Floor Trader outlets splash into summer savings going on now. Click waterproof LVP flooring starting at just 99 cents. Laminate starting at only 85 cents. The Floor Trader summer savings.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division at Francis.
It's Summer Madness at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, and they are loaded up with some of the best used vehicles they've had in years, plus offering top dollar for your trade-in and delaying payments for 90 days. It's the perfect time to upgrade this week at Dishman.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Oh, every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Kickstart your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. And discover a better way to drive in America's favorite RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma and Tundra trucks. And if you're looking for a great deal on a certified used vehicle, Finley has a large selection to choose from. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, making it the perfect time to visit Finley Downtown Toyota today, so you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
In 1980, Walker's Furniture opened their first store. So this week, they're celebrating their anniversary with the largest store-wide discounts ever offered. Get wall-to-wall savings for every room in your home.
During the anniversary sale at Walker's.
It's Operation Dads and Grads this week at Cal.
We're not horsing around with these special buys.
Save thousands on a new ride for summer. Plus, this week, you can enter to win a new Traeger grill at each location, making it the perfect time to go to Cal.
The Floor Trader outlets splash into summer savings going on now. Click waterproof LVP flooring starting at just 99 cents. Laminate starting at only 85 cents. The Floor Trader summer savings.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division at Francis. 4 News Now is brought to you in part by the Mustard Seed.
Thanks for staying up with us. Well, this is the moment a German Shepherd was rescued by the Coast Guard. It happened near Cannon Beach. You can see him pulling up in that basket there. The dog fell down a 300-foot cliff in a remote section of the beach. There he is getting splashed by the water. The pup was reunited with her owner. A happy ending for everyone thanks to the help of the Coast Guard.
German Shepherds, they are some of the toughest dogs I've ever met. And they're protective of their owners.
This is true.
Definitely got to be pretty tough there, too. And it's cold water out there on the Pacific coast, even at this time of the year where things are certainly much warmer than they usually are. Temperatures also pretty warm around the inland northwest, at least for this time of the night. We're still in the upper 60s in Spokane. We're in the mid 60s in Coeur d'Alene. It is going to be a fairly mild night with the cloud cover moving overhead. In fact, we're quite a bit warmer than we were even at this time yesterday with those cloudy skies acting like a little insulating blanket. 60 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday in Pullman. A lot of areas in that single digits above. And so for sleeping weather tonight, not the greatest. It's not going to be super effective opening the windows, at least more than it would on any sort of other day after what was a little bit of a toasty Friday. But we're not going to touch those temperatures here for several days to come. So even opening the windows in the middle of the day is going to provide some nice cooling. For our official lows, early in the morning, 57 in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene, some 60s in places like the LC Valley. And our highs just a skosh below where we were today. 76 for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene in the low 70s, 80 degrees in Moses Lake, pretty close to 80 as well around Omak and around the Okanagan River. Father's Day weekend, a little bit of cloud cover to start the day for Saturday. Building clouds again late in the day, 76, and then a 10-degree drop with lows in the 40s, and that's going to be a pattern that sticks around for a while too as we head into Father's Day and beyond. We're not going to see a whole lot of rain. We'll have a chance for a couple of showers tomorrow afternoon around the Lewiston area, south to the Camas Prairie. But overall, things are going to stay fairly dry, just some mountain sprinkles. Then Sunday morning, yeah, it's going to be chilly enough that there is snow up in the North Cascades, but that's about the extent of the action. Couple little pop-up showers in the afternoon. More likely than not, you're not going to run into one of those, and so we're going to leave those rain chances at 20% for Father's Day, but it's going to be blustery and it's going to feel like an early spring day, definitely not a late spring day. Then our rain chances start to go up quite a bit Monday, and then a lot as we head into Tuesday and lingering on into Wednesday, the first day of summer. I'll explain why coming up, and we'll take a look at when we're going to bottom out with these chilly temperatures.
Matt, thank you. Well, for months, people have been showing up at libraries across North Idaho, upset over books in the children's section. It's forced them to change the way they're structured, including their board of trustees. For the past few months, some libraries in North Idaho have been dealing with protesters, calling them groomers and pedophiles because of the books in the children's section. And with that backlash, library staff are changing how they classify these books. The protests and public comments have resulted in new library cards for minors. Starting July 1st, parents can get specific cards for their kids for either the children's collection, teen collection, or open access to the entire library.
We have had several public board meetings where the community came and gave their feedback and wanted an option to have 2 different cards.
Since 2021, the Community Library Network has received 13 requests to reconsider books in the children's section.
A new library opens its doors tomorrow in Spokane Valley. The Spokane County Library District's newest building is bright, innovative, has a good space to it, modern technology. There are 4 conference rooms, and they have 1 large community room you can reserve online. A third of the new library is a children's reading and play area with lots of natural light. The $15 million project has been under construction since April of 2022, and it's open.
We want to say thank you to everybody for their patience during the closures and the moves, but we're back, and we're back tomorrow, and we hope to see you here at the library this summer.
Oh, the new library is located on North Herald Road near Spokane Valley City Hall. A ribbon cutting ceremony will take place tomorrow morning at 9:30, and doors will officially open at 10 o'clock.
In a ruling issued yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court is upholding a decades-old law that governs tribal adoptions. The Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978 prioritizes placement of Native American children with Native families or tribes in child custody proceedings. It was in response to a high number of Native American children being placed with non-Native families or institutions. The challenges to the law were brought by several adoptive parents. Arizona authorities are investigating a deadly bear attack near Phoenix.
The sheriff says 1 person was killed. Neighbors said that the bear was eating the victim. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
Tonight, a rare and fatal black bear attack in Prescott, Arizona.
RP reporting that the neighbor was being attacked by a bear.
Police describing a horrific sequence of events. 66-year-old Stephen Jackson sitting on a chair on his property, dragged roughly 75 yards by an adult male bear in what authorities are calling an unprovoked attack.
There was quite a struggle. Neighbors responded. They heard him yelling, calling out for help.
Police say neighbors first tried to scare the bear away by yelling and honking horns. But when one neighbor saw the bear in the process of consuming Jackson, he fatally shot it.
I'm being advised that the bear is down. I have visual on it. It's not moving.
Wildlife officials and sheriffs are investigating what triggered this behavior because typically black bears are the least aggressive species of bear. In fact, in an average year in the U.S., there's only a single fatal encounter with black bears. Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, a brand new EMT school hopes to expand career opportunities for people in Spokane Valley. That's next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, where monsters hide inside a love triangle and twisted murder mystery. The alleged wedding night murder pact, the gruesome clues that solved the case. Our exclusive interview with the convicted killer from behind bars.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models or get $1,250 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
Want to get away? This month, when you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, you'll receive free airfare to wherever you'd like to go.
It's the great summer getaway at Dishman. Plus, we're loaded with some of the best used inventory we've had in years.
When you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman, you'll receive free airfare to a destination of your choice.
It's the perfect time to get into a new Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, or Jeep during the great summer getaway at Dishman.
4 News Now is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. Right now, more than 50 million people are facing the threat of new severe storms. In the Texas Panhandle, officials say at least 3 people were killed and dozens hospitalized after a tornado with greater than hurricane force winds ripped through Perryton yesterday. The local fire chief saying as many as 200 homes were destroyed.
There was a time where I thought that I was going to die and I was going to leave a lot of things undone. Good people lost their lives.
People who survived the tornado say they're counting their blessings as the community tries to heal and move forward.
Mosquito season is back, and experts say it's showing up earlier and staying around longer. It's partially due to climate change pushing temperatures higher, increasing the risk of mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus.
There are pathogens that we already have here and maybe don't worry about a lot that are likely to be significantly impacted by warming temperatures.
Experts say as the mosquito population grows, we just need to be more vigilant. Get rid of standing water in your yard. That can stop mosquitoes from breeding, and bug spray or wear protective clothing can prevent bites.
Getting a lot of flashbacks from growing up in Florida when you have mosquito stories on the air. Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm nodding my head.
Yeah, Kirsten knows what I'm talking about.
Too many.
She was in Orlando. She knows what I'm talking about. It's nice to be here in a summer that has like 90% less bugs, I'll tell you that. Our pattern is going to be decidedly unsummer-like as, well, this strong low begins to work its way towards the Pacific Northwest, kind of pushing the warmer weather we've experienced for a while, really, kind of out of the way. This is going to be a bigger blip than some of the cooler and wet weather that we saw last week, but not a lot in the rain department, at least, for the first couple of days here through Father's Day, as I showed you a little bit earlier. It's only when this system finally kind of parks itself right to the south of us that we'll actually start to see our rain chances begin to increase. That'll be starting on Monday night, going through Tuesday, and then likely for a good chunk of Wednesday as well until this thing finally pushes its way out of here. But as long as this is sitting over us, we're going to be seeing some much cooler temperatures. How much cooler? We're talking about 10, maybe 15 degrees cooler than what we were today. And, oh, by the way, well below our average for this point in the year, which is in the lower to middle 70s. So, yeah, you want some low 60s for highs? Going to have to pull out the sweater to walk the dog. You're going to start feeling that on Father's Day, where we're going to spend a good chunk of the day in the 50s. We'll pop up into the 60s very briefly. Yeah, it's going to be dry, but it's also going to be a little breezy as well, so that'll make it even feel a little bit more fall or early spring-like. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for a few days. By the time we hit the first day of summer, Solstice Day, things start to head back in the other direction, and by the time we get to the eve of Hoop Fest next Friday, all of a sudden, we are right back where we started with warm, summer-like temperatures just in time for next weekend.
Just in time for the sneakers to melt. All right, thanks so much, Matt. Well, the Spokane Valley Fire Department opens a brand new EMT school. The goal is to expand career opportunities for the public and train firefighters with a higher level of medical knowledge. Jesse Middleton is a firefighter and EMT instructor at Spokane Valley Fire Department. He says these students are learning how to provide more medical care on scene.
That they can operate with the paramedic at that high level and to be able to know the information that the paramedic expects and or wants. So that means a quicker level of care.
The instructor says when paramedics transport a patient, it will help speed up time for medical procedures. Anyone who wants to join the school is asked to contact the station for an application.
Health experts say Father's Day weekend is a good time to focus on keeping your dad healthy and having some awkward conversations. Dr. Mitchell Humphreys with Mayo Clinic says one healthy tip for dads is to pay attention to your prostate. Talk to your doctor about getting checked out to rule out prostate cancer.
A lot of times men think as they get older, just not being able to urinate is part of getting older, but that may reflect something else going on with your prostate.
Prevention is key. Dr. Mitchell says 2 tips is to be proactive with your health and other ways too. Get routine screenings and have your cholesterol checked.
Do it with your spouse, do it with your family. but do something that you can enjoy and you can maintain and sustain.
Finally, focus on mental health. Humphrey says it's just as important as physical health.
Pfizer is warning that it expects to run out of a specific form of penicillin by the end of the month. Bicillin, or bacillin, is a long-acting injectable form of the antibiotic. It is one of the options that doctors can use on common infections. The adult formulation is the recommended treatment for syphilis. The drug maker says it is working to increase production of this, but the demand of the drug really grew in the fall and winter during an amoxicillin shortage.
The future of the Pac-12 has been up in the air for some time now, but news this week out of Southern California are turning some heads. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti has more on what San Diego State intends to do.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water-wise this summer.
Welcome to Generation Gap.
June 29th.
What is Secretariat?
A secretary? That's a woman?
Kelly Ripa hosts the comedy game show where nobody acts their age. Juniors and seniors work together to flex their pop culture knowledge for big prizes and bigger fun.
Who is this Mr.?
Mr. Rockstar?
Mr. T is going to be very upset with all of us.
Generation Gap. Season premiere June 29th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
If you're looking for a great deal on a certified pre-owned vehicle, Findlay Downtown Toyota has a whole city block full of great choices to choose from. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, so you can buy with confidence.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on Great Floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on Great Floors.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita,
Bluebird in my heart.
baby, you're playing hard to forget.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Want to get away? This month, when you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, you'll receive free airfare to a destination of your choice, making it the perfect time to get a new vehicle this week at Dishman.
After taking 2 of 3 from the Miami Marlins earlier this week, the Seattle Mariners return to the diamond tonight, trying to slowly climb out of the hole that they dug themselves and back into the playoff race, as the Chicago White Sox present a great opportunity to pick up a few more wins this weekend. Well, let's get to it. Bottom of the second, scoreless game, and the bases loaded for J.P. Crawford, but he can't quite get onto this ball and grounds out to end the inning. So going to be a missed opportunity for the M's. White Sox with a sigh of relief. Fast forward to the 5th. Gavin Sheets hits a laser to center field. Good for the solo home run. And Teoscar Hernandez can only look as Chicago takes the lead in a game where runs are hard to come by. But Seattle not going quietly into the night. Teoscar Hernandez, we just called his name, rips one down the left field line. RBI double. Julio Rodriguez comes home. We got a tie ball game. And into the 7th, Teoscar again to dead center. And that is a no-doubter as the Mariners, with the lead for the first time, looking to hang on. And in the 9th, Paul Sewald just does that. Jake Berger swinging. And that'll do it as Seattle able to grind out the victory tonight. They only managed 5 hits on the inning, but still get the job done, as Logan Gilbert is going to take the mound as they look for the series win tomorrow night. And checking in closer to home, the Spokane Indians dropped their 3rd straight game after falling to the Eugene Emeralds tonight, giving up 13 runs on the night. That's not going to be great as they're looking to get back back into first place. They are a game and a half back of the Vancouver Canadians, who remain red hot. Now, a week ago during a WSU Board of Regents meeting, the university president, Kirk Schultz, told the board a new Pac-12 media rights deal was coming later this month. And we figured once that happens, the conference is going to be moving towards expansion. And today may have given a glimpse into the future, because according to ESPN's Pete Thamel, San Diego State gave the Mountain West written notice that the school intends to resign from the conference. Now, the university has been long linked to the Pac-12 as a possible expansion team, given that UCLA and USC are out. They're going to the Big Ten next year. So right now, there doesn't appear to be any kind of invitation for them from a Power 5 conference. But if the Pac-12 can get the media rights deal done by the end of the month, it's likely they're going to extend invitations to multiple universities across the region. And the exit fee also going to be big here, because that's going to jump from $16 million to $34 million if they can't give notice by July 1st. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
It's time to celebrate all grads and dads with the best deals of the year at all Cal locations. In Airway Heights, on 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane on Division Street.
We're not horsing around with these special buys.
Cruise down the road in a cool new ride and delay all payments for 60 days. Plus, take advantage of special low financing. And this week, you can enter to win a new Traeger grill at each location, making it the perfect time to go to Cal.
In 1980, Walker's Furniture opened their first store. So this week, they're celebrating their anniversary with the largest store-wide discounts ever offered. Get wall-to-wall savings for every room in your home.
During the anniversary sale at Walker's.
Your Broadway wishes granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
If you're looking for a great deal on a certified pre-owned vehicle, Finley Downtown Toyota has a whole city block full of great choices to choose from. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, so you can buy with confidence.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
The graduation day comeback story and the walk that had everyone cheering.
Noble Ryder Haskell.
A remarkable accomplishment that almost never happened. 18-year-old Noble Haskell beating the odds, walking to receive his diploma. Just 2 years after a car accident left him paralyzed from the neck down. Noble, a cross-country athlete at the time and a star student, lifted up by his family and friends after spending more than 5 months in the hospital.
Lock down, lock down, lock down.
But Noble stayed focused for hours, 5 days a week, enduring grueling physical therapy.
Come on, Noble, let's go!
Pushing his body and his mind.
Hell yeah, Noble, you're good. Save yourself.
Determined to walk again. Then that incredible moment, graduation day, showing his entire school community what he could do.
That moment was just super special to me. We knew we would get there, and I've dedicated so much time and hard work trying to balance better, trying to be able to walk faster, just ultimately get stronger. And so to be able to finally get there and walk to receive my diploma in front of all my family and friends and so many people supporting me.
And tonight, Noble telling us he is not done yet.
The ultimate goal is to run again, so we've still got more work to do, and that's what I'm going to keep working on until I'm there.
Well, I have no doubt that he is going to be running again, probably not too long from now. Here is your extended outlook Yeah, some much cooler weather on the way. Not going to last forever. We'll be right back into the summertime feel of things by this time next week.
Let's just keep looking at Tuesday, 62. I'm like, you know what? That's going to actually feel fairly cold.
Yeah, but some people are happy about it.
Who? Send us an email if you are.